Hello, I'm Amara Jones, and today is Monday, July 27th. This is Caffeine TV, your daily news brief, here to take you the 3 headline numbers in just 3 minutes, giving you a different take on everything from housing policy to the Real Housewives. The first number up today is 60, as in 60 miles by 25 miles. That, according to the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal, is the size of a safe haven that the United States and Turkey will create in Syria, opening an entirely new front in the campaign against ISIS. Now, Syrian rebels allied with Turkey and the United States, well, what's left of them, will provide the ground troops for the operation, while the United States and Turkey will supply air support and technical assistance, creating a safe zone for refugees in northern Syria fleeing both ISIS and the regime of President Bashar al-Assad, and it will also create a base of operations from which those rebels will be able to attack ISIS directly with U.S. and Turkish support. Now, this is a really big deal because it's the first time that the United States and its allies have announced an intent to capture territory in ISIS's backyard of Syria, but it's also a potentially dangerous one because, as we've spoken about here before, the entire goal of ISIS is to draw the United States directly into a conflict in its backyard, and so it might pour in troops and additional resources to draw out this battle. And so, like that hit ABC show Lost, the longer the campaign against ISIS goes on, the more complicated it gets. The next number up today is 6.5, as in $6.5 million. That reportedly is how much Caitlyn Jenner was paid by cable network E for her 8-episode docudrama reality series I Am Cait, which premiered last night. Now, what viewers saw in the first episode was a stunning Caitlyn Jenner reveal herself in really poignant moments to her family, especially her 93-year-old mother, Esther, and a heartbreaking conversation that she had with the family of a trans boy who recently committed suicide. But what viewers also saw is the fact that Caitlyn Jenner is at the heart of a marketing machine. She has 4 people who help style and get her ready each day at her $3.5 million compound in Malibu, and that's just the opposite of the lived experience of most trans men and women, particularly trans men and women of color, who are many more times likely to live in poverty, to be the victims of deadly violence, and, as NPR points out today, not to have access to health care. And so, while I Am Cait is reality for some, for most, it's a fantasy. The last number up today is 22, as in 22 years old. That's the age of Bobbi Kristina Brown, the only child of Whitney Houston and Bobbi Brown, who died last night at Peachtree Christian Hospice just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. Now, for the past 7 months, Bobbi Kristina has been fighting for her life since she was found face down in a bathtub in circumstances eerily reminiscent of those of her mother, who died 3 years ago. And according to local news reports in Atlanta, Georgia, her death is being treated as a murder, with her longtime boyfriend, Nick Gordon, being treated as a person of interest. But however she died, it's quite clear that since her mother's death, Bobbi Kristina has struggled and battled with sobriety and depression, and it's quite clear from the tragic circumstances last night that she never quite got the help that she needed.